Hey, how you guys doing? How do you like the new intro? That's just for these Night Crew episodes, right? Oh my gosh, today is a crazy news day, right? You guys saw the title, I was going to talk about the Navy SEAL that was killed in Ukraine that was apparently a deserter from March of 2019. Although, how did he fly internationally when he was wanted here in the United States? My guess is that it was a CIA op, and now the CIA is throwing him out into the sand, literally. And, so we'll talk about that a little bit. Also, Biden's chief of staff said, F you, Joe, and is expected to submit his resignation in the next days. But is that actually a cover-up? Will he be the fall guy? Ron Klein, or whatever his name was? Will he be the fall guy for all of these documents that are being found? In case you live under a rock and you didn't know, they found 6 more documents at his Wilmington home yesterday. 6 different batches of classified documents have been found in the homes and former offices of President Joe Biden, current President Joe Biden. It's one of the most absurd stories you could ever hear, like literally anywhere. It is the most insane, and the guy is still president. Like, here's the thing, like, even if you want to say, oh, it was accidental, okay, what documents have they not found and who has seen them? Like, that's a bigger question. What documents have they not found that are in the hands of, China? Or what documents have they not found that are in the hands of Russia or Ukraine or Cuba or North Korea or any of those other countries that we, have problems with? Saudi Arabia. Well, they're our ally, apparently, right? But it's insane. And everybody's like the MSNBC, Kyle, stupid face, shithead, whatever his last name is on Twitter. He's like, this is exactly how it's supposed to be handled. The Department of Justice requests to go search the Wilmington home for a 700th time. And the Biden administration says, yes, go ahead. That's exactly how justice is supposed to prevail. What? And everybody is still like saying, oh, no raid. And what do you think it is when the Department of Justice wants to go search someone home? And people are forgetting who the Department of Justice is? Who is the law enforcement arm of the Department of Justice? Does anybody know in the chat right now? Who knows? Who knows? I'll tell you. The FBI. So everyone's like, how come they haven't stormed his house? They don't need to storm his house because they're already there. They're literally there. And it's crazy. And a lot of people are trying to distinguish between this and Trump. There's no difference between Trump, because here's the truth about what happened with Donald Trump. The FBI came in, said that there were documents. They didn't take said documents. They gave securement suggestions to improve the security of said documents in Mar-a-Lago. The Mar-a-Lago staff locked the room where the documents were found. And then later on, the FBI comes in a raid and breaks down the lock that they told the Trump administration to put on. And then says, oh, look, he had classified documents. There's all this misinformation. Someone said Trump is being investigated for espionage. No, the fuck he's not. He's being investigated for the same exact charge that Joe Biden is being investigated from. The same thing, mishandling of classified documents, which they both did. There's only one difference between the two. Well, there's several differences, but there's one difference between these cases. Do you know what that difference is? Do you know who knows what the difference is? The difference is only one of the two people had the power by he could declassify whatever he wants. Only one person has that power. And that person with the power is not Joe Biden. Donald Trump was the only person that could declassify any document. He could end this whole debauchery right now by saying, oh yeah, I declassified every single document that's in there. Because he's the only one that can do it. It's never been argued in court. What's the word? Not legislated. It's never been litigated. Whatever. It's 8 o'clock. So whatever. But you know what I mean? The VP does not have the power to do anything. Someone said Trump didn't mishandle anything. Technically, there were classified documents that were found inside his place, and he said that, he did, and those documents were not declassified by him. Although he could declassify them all, and he could just come out and say, I declassified them. Prove me wrong. Because that's what he could do. And here's the thing. The documents that Donald Trump left, that were recovered in Mar-a-Lago, right? All those documents were packed up by the Government Services Administration, also known as GSA. They weren't packed up by any Trump staffers. They weren't packed up by anybody in the Trump administration, in fact. They were all packed up by a government organization called the GSA. They're the ones who do it. They're the ones who arrange for the transport of said documents from the White House all the way to Mar-a-Lago. And they're the ones likely who even wheeled the boxes in and put them into the storage room where they were found later. Yeah, a government organization. And it's already come out and said that. They've already come out and said, the GSA literally said, we are the ones that took the boxes down there. It's not Donald Trump. Oh my gosh, did I just sound like Seinfeld? But you know what I'm saying? It's insane. It's insane. It's insane. But it is what it is, man. Someone said, look at Andy No on Twitter, everybody. Why? Because he's just retweeting shit that came out an hour ago? Yes, they rioted in Atlanta, scumbags. You guys want to watch it? I have the video. We'll watch the video. But I'm trying to talk about some stuff first. Don't direct people to other channels on my channel. Oh, and by the way, I have a big message for Natalie on Twitter.
Fuck you, Natalie.
You fake-ass MAGA conservative. Sitting there, we see all the pictures of the Wells Fargo being damaged, and she's like, sorry, not sorry. If you act like bigots, you get what's coming to you. And so I called her a piece of shit. She's like, did you seriously call me a piece of shit? I'm a conservative. I got MAGA in my descriptor. You're cheering on domestic terrorists attacking a private business. Whether you like Wells Fargo or you don't like Wells Fargo, it doesn't matter. If you cheer that kind of behavior on, you're a scumbag. And it's not going to change just because you are a MAGA. Actually, you, Natalie, on Twitter, are the reason why I don't like the whole far-right ideology now. Well, I never liked that ideology, but you're the reason why everybody that's a conservative is being labeled as a far-right fringe maniac. Because of fucking stupid-ass comments like that. Use your head, Natalie, you
piece of shit!
Come on, dude. Come on. She's like, I'm not going to watch your show tonight when you talk. Yeah, you're laughing right now, Natalie, or you're crying, one or the other. Because you knew you had to tune in and be like, whatever that expression was. Someone that said, are you going to cover Atlanta burning? Are there any streamers? Dude, they firebombed a police car, okay? And they broke a bunch of windows. That's all. It's not even going on anymore. So stop pretending like it is, okay? Because it's not. I'll show you the video of all the riotous Antifa scumbags, domestic terrorists moving down a march. And here's what's crazy. If people, for example, right? And let's be honest. If we watch, and I am going to show the video, but I'm taking my time at this and trying to do an actual show instead of jumping around. So deal with it. You can go watch it. Everyone can go find it yourselves on YouTube. I shared it on Twitter if you want. You can do it, or you can just wait a few minutes and let me get through my freaking my spiel, and then we'll go into it. Fuck you, Natalie. You know what I mean? Piece of shit.
Piece of shit.
It's funny when you say it with that voice, right? Or it could be like this.
You piece of shit.
But I think it's funnier when it's like this. Well, it doesn't work when I make a high-pitched voice in the double tap. So I do the voice.
Instead of this, yeah.
It doesn't work. Anyway. But yes, Antifa scumbags. So there's been this cop city, right? That's what the scumbag leftist terrorist shitheads are calling it. But it's basically this huge police training center that's going to be built in a section of Atlanta that's fully funded and all that. And there's been this occupation of these Antifa scumbag, forest tree-hugging environmentalist pieces of shit that have been hiding out in the woods there. They've been burning vehicles. They've been doing all this stuff, all of this terroristic behavior for some time, right? And it hasn't really made national news that much. And then a couple of weeks ago, they charged 6 or 12 or whatever. They charged a bunch of them with domestic terrorism, a state-level charge, not federal, from what I understand. And every single person they charged was from out of state, go figure. They weren't even from Georgia, right? And then police the other day were trying to clear out the remainder of these tree-hugging losers. And then one of them shot a state trooper who's still in the ICU right now. So police went and killed that guy. And now they're saying they literally are calling for the deaths of police officers, saying if you see police officers, retaliate. They literally said that they're going to march down the streets now. And here's the crazy thing. So when they arrested, when they shot up the dude that shot the cop, and then arrested 6 other people, charging him with domestic terrorism as well. This group, and I forgot what the group is called, I'll tell you. Defend the Atlanta Forest. This scumbag terrorist group, a Twitter account, Defend ATL Forest, has been on Twitter literally planning an attack for days and days. I tweeted at Elon Musk, and I'm like, I'm not repping Twitter anymore unless you actually kick these domestic terrorists off your platform. Like, seriously, they're planning an attack. And today, they carried out said attack. They marched down the street. And this is the thing that pisses me off, is the media is portraying them as protesters. The fuck they are. They're literally protesting the person that shot a state trooper 2 days ago. Do you understand? Like, it's protesting on behalf, like a vigil. That's not what it is. These are terrorists. And the media is like, oh, protesters, peaceful protests turned violent as cars just became aflame and windows magically became broken as protesters threw rocks in the air. But then the air directed the rocks into the glass. News sucks. I hate it, the way they report the news. Why don't you say it as, we're live in Atlanta, Georgia right now where a bunch of domestic terrorists, scumbag, soul-sucking shitheads are terrorizing our community. It's now about time that the rest of the community comes out and shows these motherfuckers how Atlanta really is. But nope, they don't. They don't. And that's what offends me the most. You have like badass neighborhoods. I saw, who's the dude? I forgot what is it. He's a black dude. It's not Fauci. It's like Fowie or something like that. But he's like a comedian. And he does all these reactions. He went into like the Atlanta ghetto, like the ghetto of Atlanta. And you're and you're seeing all these people, and some of them have never even been out of Atlanta, which is crazy. And they're in like their 20s, right? How come those guys aren't being like, yo, let's go. They're tearing up our town. They're tearing up our town. Let's take a minute. Stop killing each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, then you'll have America backing you. And I'm not saying anybody needs to go out and kill anybody. That's not what I'm saying. But enough of this. We're not going to go and have 2020 again. Okay? We can't. Just as a country, it cannot happen. Okay? It cannot happen. If they want to go and they want to hold a peaceful protest because they feel like some dude in California was unjustly killed and tased to death, then fine. Let them protest. Let the justice system work itself out that way. That's fine. The second they start smashing businesses, fucking police and civilians should be rappelling off buildings, kicking people in the face, and saying enough is enough. We're not doing this anymore. We're not. That fucking shithead
piece of shit
Natalie on Twitter was like, how come you're not in Atlanta stopping this and using your big muscles to stop them? I'm like, because I live in Virginia, you piece of
shit.
So of course, I can't be down there. I got my own shit to worry about up here. But enough. So Derek said cops aren't going after them. That's why they're so letting them be. Oh, really? Cops aren't going after them? You think cops are... Explain to me what this looks like. Does this look like cops not going after him? Does this look like cops not going after these scumbags? I literally laughed and enjoyed watching this today. I was like, yeah! Like I had run music playing in my head and all that stuff. That doesn't look like cops not doing anything. That's cops in Atlanta arresting these domestic terrorists. And I hope that they don't release them. I hope every single person that's being arrested is charged with domestic terrorism. Let's charge them with what they're doing. Because you know damn well if a bunch of Republicans or Trump supporters or MAGAs or American flags or patriots or people with beards or people that believe in hygiene decided to walk up and down the streets smashing windows in buildings, we sure as fuck would be charged with domestic terrorism. We would be called insurrectionists. We would be hung from the gallows. But no, the people that are out there literally doing the thing that they accuse the right of doing all the time. Nope. What happens to them? They're let go on misdemeanor charges. Oftentimes the charges are dropped, more often than not. Enough. Enough. If you want this senseless, stupid fucking violence to stop, start policing. And I'm not talking about just cops. Cops are handcuffed. Cops are handcuffed. That we used to, when I grew up, you know what happened? Like if I'm walking at school, right, and a big bully walks by me and pushes me, you know what I mean? Every day, pushes me. What do you think my dad told me to do back in the day? Granted, this is 25 years ago, whatever. It's the only good advice my dad ever gave me. He said, you defend yourself. Sure, you're going to get in trouble. You defend yourself. And you stand up for yourself, and you defend yourself, and you defend your brothers, you defend your family, you defend your house, your property, your neighbor's house, the other kids, the neighbor's kids, the women, the children, the innocent. You defend them. We're not going to have a 2020 again. And we're not going to have a bunch of LARPers carrying military gear, walking up and down the streets of Louisville to do fucking nothing, and then retire to go dance on TikTok dressed as a woman. Now, we're not doing that shit either. It shit pisses me off. It really does. And later on today, you know what's going to end up happening? There's going to be protests in Minneapolis. And there's going to be protests late tonight in Portland. And the same shit's going to happen. And the same Andy knows and everybody else are going to highlight it. And we're all going to sit there and go, oh my God, Antifa, they're so bad. Oh, Nadler says that they're a myth. Oh, Republicans are going to be like, Antifa this. And Democrats are going to be like, BLM this. Cops are bad, blah, blah, blah. Insurrection, January 2nd, January 6th. That's what they're going to talk about. All the time, dude. What we need to do is start defending ourselves and our property. You see someone stealing from your business, you defend yourself. You stop them from stealing in your business. You see someone stealing from a different business, sure, you're going to get in fucking trouble. It's going to happen. You defend themselves. And I'm not talking about using like actual weapons unless you have to. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that. Sometimes what people need, they don't need a shot in the chest or anything. No, they need a punch in the mouth. They need a wake up. So you're like, ow, shit, what did I do to deserve this? Why is my fucking orbital bone broken? Let me take a moment to reflect on how I could have prevented this from happening. Maybe I shouldn't have shoplifted from Dollar General. Maybe I shouldn't have been. Maybe we shouldn't allow crackheads to smoke crack. Anyone see the Oreo Express video yesterday? And I don't even like the guy, but he's out there filming stuff. Oreo Express walking around in San Francisco in the Mission District. Granted, he doesn't know San Francisco, so he didn't know you could find the same drug users on the streets there 20 years ago. But whatever. Literally, people are walking by with kids as people are smoking crack. People are nodding out on streets, and that's in streets across America right now. You can find that same thing. You can find that in Philadelphia, where you walk around. You got street whores, street prostitutes, whatever you want to call them, sex workers, because that's the new politically correct way to say it, right? Because they don't have any other, job opportunity, even though there's a shit ton of empty jobs across the country. But they got to go out and sell their bodies. You got all that shit happening across the country, and nobody's doing it. Nobody's saying enough is enough. Like, stop. And everyone's like, oh, well, they have weapons. They have fireworks. They have batons. They have baseball bats, blah, blah, blah. I was talking to someone today that was nearby Atlanta. And I said, hey, buddy, How you doing? He's like, that's good. And I said, they're rioting. And he's like, oh, hopefully, where are they? And I'm like, downtown Atlanta. He's like, oh, really? I said, what are you doing? He's like, I'm driving. I'm like, where? And he's like, downtown Atlanta. I'm like, well, make sure you don't stop. If they block the road, bro, you're in fear for your life. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just kidding. I didn't say that. That would be too much. But we got to stop. Someone said, unfortunately, you can find that in about every town, little towns. Yeah, the druggies are everywhere. Druggies are everywhere. I showed a guy my warehouse today because I'm looking to sublease it or get out of this lease, and I still have the warehouse down there and plus my store. And I showed it today. And he's like, oh, I got a space in another town over here, but I've been broken into twice in the past 3 months. We got drug users and all that stuff. And he's not even in that bad. He's close here, not even in that bad of a neighborhood. But he's like, I need to move my business so they don't steal all my shit. I'm like, that's crazy, bro. It's crazy. I'm not trying to motivate people to go out there, and I'm trying to motivate people to do what we are supposed to do and stand up for ourselves. Stand up for your neighbors. You know what I mean? It's far too long. I wonder how many people that would walk by someone that's injured. Yeah, and we know, people are literally getting sexually assaulted, raped. Women are getting raped on subway trains that are full of passengers, and they don't do anything. There's videos of people walking up and hitting people with bats or poles or something in the back of the head while dozens of people watch and don't do anything. Every now and then we get one video, right? Where there's that one, the New York City cop, where the guy's like squaring up to the cop and the cop has a baton and he comes out and the guy's squaring up and all of a sudden you see the guy look elsewhere and here comes a crowd of good Samaritans that beat the bricks off of him. That should be happening everywhere. We should, when a New York City police officer, it should be the same as when I was a kid. When a New York City police officer is shot, it's on national news. Not even if they're killed, just shot. National news. The town stops, the media cycles stop. Now it's an everyday occurrence. A police officer was shot in the face yesterday in Florida. We have to stop and say enough. We can't tolerate this anymore. We have to stand up and say enough. Enough. If you see someone getting robbed, you step in. You do whatever you got to do. You grab a freaking piece of like the shit off the street, throw it in his face. I don't care. Pick up, if you're in New York City, literally everywhere you walk, there's garbage on the street. Just pick up some and throw them at him. Pick up one of the big New York City rats and swing it around like a fucking bat and hit him in the head. You don't swing a bat like that. What would you swing like that? What's one of those Aboriginal weapons like that? And hit him in the head with it. Do whatever you got to do, but you defend yourself. And that should be the motto everyone lives by. And it's super easy to say it. I know it is. But I know with 100% certainty that if I caught someone breaking in to any of the cars that are in the parking lot here, granted, none of them are mine except the one there. None of the other cars are mine. If I caught someone breaking in, do you know what I did when I caught people smoking crack out here? I can't even say it. But they don't come here anymore. The landlord was like, do you know we have cameras? And I'm like, yeah, will you delete it? Because I got tired. I told them 3 or 4 times to leave, and they just kept coming back. It was a perfect spot. They could hide away from the cops and smoke their crack, and I got to see them out here. One day I had enough, and I went out the back exit, and I jumped on the hood of the fucking car, and I wasn't empty-handed. And I said, you guys are not coming back here anymore. And they haven't been back. Because that's what you have to do. You have to take up for yourself. You have to stick up for yourself. He's like, call the police. Why am I going to call the police? I'm an able-bodied person. And we have cameras. I'm protected. If I have to use some crazy-ass force, I'm protected. I don't know, bro. It irritates me. And then you have the Beth said, sprayed him with water. That's what happened in California. The art gallery owner sprayed that homeless lady. As people filmed. I'll be honest with you. I understand it sucks being a business owner, having homeless people and crises and all that stuff right outside your house. If I catch you spraying a homeless person with water, I'm beating the bricks off of you. And every single person that was right there should have stood up and said, no, that's not right. Stop. Take the hose and start spraying him. Spray all his expensive art and his business. He deserved to get arrested. 100% he deserved to get arrested. You know what I mean? Not everybody believes that. Not everybody believes that you have the right to defend yourself. Or you have the right to defend others. Most people believe you have the right to defend yourself. Like, oh, I never punch first, but if I get punched, I'm going to defend myself. You know what I mean? People have that belief, but not a lot of people understand that you also have a right, not even a right, you have an obligation to defend others. You have an obligation to defend your town. You have an obligation to be a citizen of this country, if that's what you want to be. If not, please leave. I don't know, bro. It makes me so mad, dude. Jim said, why aren't you covering the Antifa rioting in Atlanta right now? Jim, because we actually understand the news. They're not rioting right now in Atlanta. They're not. There's no actual live feeds of them rioting. They were rioting at 5 o'clock. I know, Jim. I know. It's hard because Andy No just tweeted it as if it's happening now. But the rest of the people that actually do the stuff and don't just retweet everything else, guess what? We all knew. We were all watching it live. And I'll show you the video in a second. And because I haven't even watched it the whole time. But it's not a big riot. It was a bunch of Antifa domestic terrorists, scumbags, meth head, crack babies walking up and down the streets. You know, I saw people erroneously saying that this had to do with Black Lives. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. In fact, there was an Atlanta Journal Constitution, whatever, Atlanta's News Nation, whatever, the YouTube channel that was out there earlier. They were out there filming and they did an interview with a guy. And he's talking about, he's like, yeah, I don't know what they're out here for, man. It's a black dude. He's like, you know what? But this shit ain't right. He's like, they're terrorizing the community, you know, and saying they're in the names of Black lives. They're beating up, you know, businesses. Black people work in those businesses. Like he was spitting so much fact, and then he was like, I'm gonna pour some salt on these wounds, and he goes, you guys remember that Wendy's, right? The Wendy's that burned down during the BLM riots? He goes, that was these guys. And I was like, no, it wasn't. We all watched that. That was the BLM extremists. We all watched that live. so don't act. He literally said that on the interview. It was pretty funny. Because I was talking to Adam at that moment, and we both had a huge laugh when he did that. Because he's like, you know that Wendy's fire with the last, you know, riots and protests? He said it was those guys. And I was like, oh man, that was funny. But Jim said, you're not criticizing you. So, I'm not being mean. And you didn't offend me. I'm fired up today because of that. What was the fucking saying? Fuck.
Natalie on Twitter.
So I'm fired up because Natalie's like, what are you doing about it? Nothing. I don't live in Atlanta. I live in Virginia. Rural ass Virginia. But I could tell you 100%. If they tried to march up and down the streets here, oh, fuck, you would have so many fucking farmers come out in their fucking tractors. You know what I said? People should be rappelling off buildings to stop. These fuckers would chop down trees in the escape routes so no one could ever leave. Like where I live, they don't fuck around with that. That's why like my store is all full of patriotic stuff because I'm going to sell out when people realize that we're open. I got to get an open sign, like a flashing one. It's like, hey guys, fuck you, we're open. Come on, buy shit. You know, but I don't have that yet. And everyone keeps coming in. Everyone's like, anyone streaming the Antifa in Atlanta? You guys want to see? So this was a couple of hours ago. This is not live because they're not rioting anymore. This was after. These were the arrests that we just watched. But hold on, actually, I got to fix the audio to make the audio actually work. Where's my mouse? But we'll watch it because I'll be honest, I didn't even watch the video yet either. So we'll watch it together and we're all laughing enjoyment. And I don't have any of the run music or anything, but I think it's important that we can watch. And you can all tell that the riot isn't current because, well, look, it's still daytime. But here you go. Let's,
If you build it, we will burn it.
These are the terrorists. Now, and what I was going to say before is, you know what's very similar to this? Like, remember when, you know, sometimes on the news we'll see, like, when the Iranians are really pissed at us and they walk down the streets chanting death to America and stuff? If you build it, we will burn it. Talking about a government tax or a tax-paid building. That's what they're saying. Same thing. Same thing as saying death to Americans. Fuck these fuckers. Like... And I don't know if we'll be able to hear, but this is about the time they started smashing all the windows. This is about the time you'll see it in a second. Yeah, they're already starting to do it. They're smashing windows, and then someone throws a Molotov cocktail into a police car.
Is it for Torta? It's kind of cool. It's like a cool dragon. Right on.
So here it goes. Like, look at them all dressed in black bloc because they're so afraid of their identities. Here's, also what I think we should do. And I know people tried to do it during the riots in 2020. People tried to make like a database, a searchable database for all of these Antifa scumbags. I'm not joking. We should do it. There should be a database of everybody that hates America. You can put the right in there too. All the people that are going in and storming capitals and assaulting people all in the name of justice. Whatever, or the people that are shooting, the whatever you call it, because let's be honest, there are the same nutbags on the right as the people on the left. But I'll be honest, the people on the left have more balls than the people on the right. I'll be honest. Because the people on the right aren't going out doing shit like this. The people on the left are. Which is weird because the people on the right are the ones that are the biggest threat to the federal government. It's fucking weird, isn't it? When the people on the right are not the ones doing this, marching up and down the streets, smashing out windows, lighting businesses on fire. Still the march. There's them lighting fireworks.
All right, so there's going to be cops present here
businesses.
shortly. We just saw some police officers run back behind this building here.
Just smashing up everything. Lighting fireworks off in the streets.
Two of the
this was Atlanta, Georgia, 2 hours ago.
Police vehicles.
This is not live right now. This is 2 hours ago. Smashing out windows there. These people are scumbags. They are terrorists. And every single person, and this is what should happen. Every single person should, right now, everyone that lives in Atlanta, you should all be emailing your prosecutor saying you have to charge them with domestic terror. You have to stop them from thinking it's acceptable. Because here's the thing, what deterrent do they have? What deterrent does the left have from doing this tomorrow? This is how we got started with 2020. There was a couple of protests, peaceful protests that turned into riots, right? And then everybody started being emboldened, and it's like it's summertime, we're locked down, let's go fuck shit up, let's go, yeah. And that's what happened. This is exactly how it started. You want to stop it from happening? You want to stop? It said I was working out on my smartwatch because I'm I can't talk. You know what I mean? But this is the same thing. You want to stop this? Right now, you know what they should do? Because just like, the
Fucking piece of shit.
Natalie on Twitter, just like she said, cops knew they were going to do this. How come you don't see cops rappelling down the buildings? How come you're not seeing cops do what they did on January 6th before anyone even breached the Capitol? And we're shooting pepper balls at them, tear gas, fucking like that. How come the cops aren't doing that? That's what they did before even one step at the Capitol was breached. Because we covered it live. We know it actually happened. And then, yes, scumbags stormed the Capitol. Scumbags smeared shit all over the place. Scumbags broke windows. Yes, those are not people on the right. Those are not conservatives, and I certainly don't align with them. But let's be honest. How come there's such a difference in treatment? If these were a bunch of people carrying American flags, doing this shit, calling themselves, patriots, you know damn well they'd have CERT teams in here. They would have released the police dogs. Shit, they probably would have brought out the fire department and started hosing people down. Because at that point, it would have been perfectly acceptable. You all know I'm telling the truth. I'm spitting truth tonight, boys and girls. And it's not truth you want to hear, but it's truth. Smack like that truck, man. Like if I'm sitting in that truck, You saw what just happened. The guy hands a piece of paper. If I'm sitting in that truck and some dude comes up on my truck, I saw what happened during the Rodney King riots. I saw what happened in St. Louis in the riots in 2020 when they were dragging trucks out, when they were trying to kidnap FedEx truck drivers. I saw all that shit happen. You know what I would have done if I was that guy? I would have punched him and gassed it and said, I'm in fear for my life. That's it. Straight up. Because I'm not going to be no victim. See? Smashing stuff. And that
Piece of shit.
Natalie on Facebook was like, so what? Wells Fargo, they're bigots. Yeah, and you're not a conservative either, Natalie. You
Piece of shit.
change your fucking profile. You're not a conservative. You're not a patriot. You think a private business, no matter how much you hate them, you think a private business deserves? So here's a perfect example. Say I was walking down the streets, right? And I'm in a rally, right? Or whatever, and I'm documenting it. And I see a guy that's wearing an American flag, Trump this, Trump that, whatever. And he sees a business that says Black Lives Matter. And he's like, fuck that. And he spits at it. I'm going to punch him right in the fucking mouth. If he smashes a window, I'm going to smash his face even harder. You know why? Because that's someone else's business. We don't need to agree with their ideology. We have to stand for the principles that we believe in. If you wouldn't want someone smashing your business, you should stand up against people smashing other people's, regardless of whether you agree with what they believe. Because you would want other people to do that for you. But we don't have that in America anymore.
Sorry.
That sort of patriotism no longer exists here anymore. Fireworks again, just like in 2020.
All right, so they're now targeting
Shit's gonna
some
give
of
me
the
PTSD
buildings
again.
of, I believe, investors in the police foundation. Wells Fargo is one of the largest investors in the Atlanta Police Foundation. Colin, get that. There's another firework going on.
Inside the building, right? That firework inside the building. Throwing them inside the building.
All right, the police are now showing up. I can hear the sirens.
The police should have already been there. Citizens should have already been there.
We're going to run across the street.
The whole Atlanta rapper, it's got a huge fucking rap scene. They should already be there in their expensive cars. Where are all those Chevy Caprices that are all raised up? They should be out there and be like, yo, listen, only we can destroy our town. Because half of the people that are out there marching on the streets, one, they don't live in Atlanta. Two, they're probably not even from the state of Georgia. The majority of them are probably college students or people that commuted because they advertise this shit on fucking Twitter for days leading up to this.
Okay, the police is coming down on this side. They're going to meet the protesters in the front.
It's disgusting. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are right there. This shit is disgusting.
We need to get to the front right now.
The reporter is good though. She's like, we need to get to the front right now. Let's go. I think they upped their game a little bit in their reporting. No fucking way. There's no way anybody. And granted, they're not doing this in Portland. That's the thing I never understood. When they walked through the Multnomah counties, right? When they were going to the PPA building or any of that stuff, where they're walking through all those communities, I never understood why the community, a group of them, hundreds of them, or whatever, just said, enough is enough. My baby's trying to sleep. Because you could have shut that shit down so quick. Drive your car out into the middle of the road, shut it off, take your key out. Sure, it's going to get demolished. You have insurance, right? Fuck it. I don't care. Park it there. Block their stupid thing. Make them walk somewhere else. Make it hard. I would have stood on the roof throwing water bottles, not water bottles, water balloons, right? Or yelled on a bullhorn, you guys are all stupid bitches. What else? Whatever you got to do. I never understood that, why the community didn't come out in Portland. Granted, maybe because they're all leftist crazies. I don't know, but I have a lot of viewers from Oregon, and that's something. And I used to talk to a lot of you guys on the phone and say, why aren't you out there? All these big militia guys and all that stuff. I said, why? Why aren't you out there? Isn't that the idea of a militia in the first place? Somebody said in a few minutes you're not going to like her because you already watched this video.
Here come the police department.
I already know that it's status quo. I know they're lefties, okay? I'm saying she was doing a good job as running through and reporting.
The march is basically, we have police on both sides.
And again, this isn't live, clearly. That's why I could pause it. So this is all because they're literally they're protesting about a guy that was shot and killed by police after he shot a state trooper. And the state trooper's in critical condition. They believe that the town and the city and the state doesn't have the right to build a police training facility in this Atlanta forest. And so they call themselves the Atlanta Forest Defenders. They're a bunch of environmental Antifa scumbags that have been terrorizing this area forever. They've been blowing up cars. They've been assaulting police officers, hiding, committing crimes, doing drugs, all that stuff, all in the woods in like tree houses, like a bunch of freaking losers. None of them are from Atlanta. The majority of the people, there's been 12 or so arrested, charged with domestic terrorism. Not a single one of them's from Georgia. They're all from all over the country. And they're all going there. This is like literally where they're, I don't know, smoking crack all day long, meth. What's a cheaper thing than crack? Probably meth, right? That's probably what they're doing. This was like 2 hours ago in Atlanta,
Fireworks
Georgia.
are going off. Colin, where are you? Oh, right behind me.
Here come the cops. Like you see him throwing punches at police officers? Not a fucking chance in hell. Not a chance in hell.
They are making arrests.
Watch your back.
And look at all the journalists. They're like, let me get that arrest photo. They're sure as quick to... They're quick as fuck to turn the cameras down and not get any of the Antifa streamers' faces.
Sorry. Let's go. Let's keep moving back towards the protest.
It's not a protest. It's not a protest. This is domestic terror attack on an American city. Let's call it what it is. It's a domestic terrorist attack.
Keep moving. Disperse.
Press. Media.
Disperse.
We have every right to be
Get
here.
out of the road. Get out of the street.
I'm getting over here.
Get out of the street. You're going to jail. Get out of the street.
We're
Good.
press.
Press does have the right
no
to
arrest.
film.
They're arresting.
That's a video that we already watched of those 3 people being arrested. Good. They're not press. I hate
Multiple
them.
arrests here in the middle of the street.
I hate these people, bro. I hate them so much. I hate them so much. Yeah, throwing explosives at police officers, smashing windows on businesses, lighting police cars on fire is not protesting. They should be zooming in. See, real good cameramen should be zooming in on every single person's face, and they should have a whole team of investigative journalists that the second the face becomes visible, we're using the same facial recognition software that they use at Madison Square Garden, and we're finding out who they are, who they work for. We're calling all the individual journalists, you're calling family members, high school friends, elementary school teachers, and being like, hey, your son or daughter, the person you taught in elementary school was just arrested for being a domestic terrorist. Do you have any comment on it? That's what we should be doing for every single person that's arrested. Every single person. Because look, that's what they did with January 6th, right? Every single person that was at the Capitol. Not even people that were at the Capitol. People that were in D.C. on January 6th. That's what they did. Profile them all online. Call them all insurrectionists. What about these people that are actually arrested? That's what people should be doing now. That's what people should be doing, is covering it completely honestly, 100% documenting everything, putting it out for the world to see, and then raising a shit ton of money to publicize it all over social media. This person was arrested. You spend $1,000 for every single person that's arrested, and you post it, and you make billboards across America. Let's see them try to get a job later. You send, Project Veritas style reporters outside of their parents' homes to ask them why they fucked up raising their kids. That's what people should do. It's not anti for press. No, that's what journalism should be in America. Because that's how you stop this. That's how you stop this. That's how you stop this. Because otherwise it's never going to stop. Are you okay? Oh, did you get hurt?
All right, we have multiple arrests. Colin, let's go back up.
Oh. Is it hooded? Are you hooded? Are you hooded? No, and I hope, I see I have a decent amount of people watching. That's great. I hope you do.
Let's stay on this.
I hope you all watch. And I hope you all go buy a Patreon. Like, here's the truth. If you want to make America the country it should have been, I can at least help you a little bit. With our patriotic as fuck bundles on Pure Truth Coffee, America's most patriotic coffee company that I own. Okay? We're not one of these, unbranded coffee companies that pretend we're apolitical when we're not political. Nah, the fuck we are. We are political as fuck. We've got an actual physical coffee shop in Woodstock, Virginia. Come see me, bro. I can't hire felons, unfortunately, because I got more guns than not just this gun or this gun. I got a shit ton of guns. And of course, if I haven't made it perfectly clear, I defend the shit out of my property. And
smoke up.
we're right next to the police
There's a lot
station.
of smoke up here.
So I'm not worried. This is the car that they lit on fire.
You
the
know
police
what's
car.
not press? Live streamers that hide behind press label and actively take part in rallies and cry. Press when confronted.
Well, technically that is press.
We have a cop car or some car set on fire.
Yeah, see, this is where the cop car was set on fire. That's one of the reasons why I'm raising all the money. The plan has changed.
Police?
That's the Atlanta police car on fire.
So they have let an Atlanta police vehicle is on fire. Yeah, we should back up. Back up, everybody.
Fucking.
Where those shots are from the car. That is actually kind of dangerous.
It's actually kind of dangerous. Yeah, it's a car on fire, dumbass.
Shots fired. Hard Rock Cafe, let's go.
Don't get too close, that motherfucker gonna blow up.
Where's Hard Rock Cafe?
I didn't hear of any shots fired in Atlanta today. I mean, that sounded like a gunshot. It was probably ammunition. Well, not really, because it was only one going off in that car. This is not live. This is from like 2 hours ago in Atlanta, Georgia.
Do you guys know where Hard Rock Cafe is?
Right here on the corner.
They said shots fired at Hard Rock Cafe.
Yeah, that's right here on the corner.
Oh, okay.
It's
maybe
not
we should have
shots
a car.
fired, dumbass. It's because of fucking bullets in the car. That's what they literally said. It's because of ammunition in the car. That's why you heard the shots.
All right, so we have an Atlanta Police Department vehicle that has been...
Shut up. So, yeah, I mean, this was 2 hours ago in Atlanta. They firebombed a police car. They don't know who firebombed it. Maybe, hopefully, it's all a crime scene now. It's all taped off. Hopefully they'll be able to figure it out. Hopefully they'll be able to go through. But this is about the time that I logged on and saw that this was all transpiring. I called Adam first. I'm like, you all right, bro? Because I knew what he was doing today. I knew he had stuff to do in Atlanta. And he said, yeah, he's fine. He didn't even see any of this. He didn't know any of this shit was going on. And then, and I saw from the ABC News or whatever, from the news people down there, I saw that the cops were all out there with long guns. And I'm like, dude, it's going crazy. And then since then, we saw all the other stuff that's transpired. But it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Our police are well aware the entire community has their backs. They'll have ours if we have each other's. Yeah, but see, the problem is, because here's what has to happen. Everybody focuses on national elections. Everybody focuses on Congress and Senate. No, you want to actually affect change, start at your local level. Your city councils, your board commissions. They're like, all of those are ways to actually influence everything there. Your prosecutors, your judges. You know, pay attention to your local politics. That's how you actually change shit. That's how you actually change shit. Vigilantism is illegal. Okay, no matter what, no matter how well intentioned it is, going out and punching someone in the face because they're committing a crime, it's still gonna likely, in this day and age, it's gonna end you up in jail. Okay, there's a story I read earlier about a burglar who burglarized a business, or he burglarized a home, and when he burglarized something, he stole a piece of electronics, and on that electronics, he found child porn. So this burglar, who was facing his third strike, went into a California police department and said, "Hey, I burglarized a home located at this address. I found this device, and it's got child porn on it. I know you're gonna send me to jail, but this dude's fucking sick." And you know what? They both got sent to jail. And that burglar got 14 years. No joke, because he was a third striker. No joke. And he's out now, and he does all sorts of like advocacy and all that stuff. But someone said a press conference on right now. April, are you in the chat? Can you find that press conference? Let me see. Atlanta, let me see.
The First Amendment as a shield of illegal activity. And we stopped the protesters that were acting illegally, had them in custody, and had order restored on Peachtree Street and in the downtown area. There are 3 businesses that received damages to their windows. The investigation is continuing to determine who we have under arrest that may cause that. And if there's someone that committed a criminal act that we currently do not have in custody, we're using all of our investigative resources to ensure we identify them and we bring them to justice. The mayor's already mentioned that we have a number of federal partners who are here with us in the building. That is the ATF, the Federal Bureau of Investigation. We also have the Attorney General's Office of the State of Georgia, as well as the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. Because even though we are just a few hours into this investigation, we already know that we have arrested actors that have already been involved in other criminal activity and are involved in a manner to deter the building of the Public Safety Training Center. Every citizen of this city should know that where criminals should arrive inside of Atlanta, Georgia, they will be met by their police department. And they will be met by the collaboration that stands behind me. And anyone that attempts to break the peace and the security of Atlanta, Georgia will be held accountable. And we will protect the First Amendment for everyone that chooses to peacefully do so. Our department is equally committed to both. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Mayor and Chief will now take questions.
I have a question for you, Chief.
Yes, sir.
Channel 2 Action News. Was the police unit that was set on fire, was there an officer inside there, or was that unit abandoned or left or empty?
You know, we are very fortunate tonight that when the men and women of law enforcement responded, none were harmed. And so no Atlanta police officer, no sheriff's deputy, nor Georgia State Trooper has been injured tonight. And the men and women of law enforcement put themselves in a very dangerous situation to quickly end this criminal activity. And so we were able to answer your question by saying no law enforcement was injured tonight. And I also think we should note that no citizens on our street was injured, and protesters put them in a very dangerous situation. The mayor has already spoken about the explosive devices have been recovered. We can tell now, early in this investigation, this was not the focus tonight just to damage windows in 3 buildings and set a police car on fire. The intent was to continue to do harm, and that did not happen.
No shit. They had explosives? No shit.
These are no longer protesters, these are rioters, right? Is there a fine line between that with the incidents that happened here tonight, between protesters and rioters?
You know, protest, and I've said this before, is engaging your elected officials. Protest is raising your voice.
Yep.
Protest is standing on the courthouse lawn, the city hall lawn, on every sidewalk. And this is the police department, as quickly as we move tonight to arrest vandals, we protect with the same dedication men and women that exercise their First Amendment right.
That is not Warnock.
It doesn't take a rocket scientist or an attorney to tell you that breaking windows and setting fires is not protest. That is terrorism. And that they will be charged accordingly. And
yeah, buddy.
The police department and the partnership is equally committed.
They're going to charge them all with terrorism. Fuck yeah.
With Box 5, this is a question for you and Mayor Dickens. Can you guys kind of give reaction to just the bold nature of this and this ongoing issue that's been happening since last year surrounding this training facility? What were your thoughts when you got wind of
I'll play the mayor
today?
as soon as this is
You know
done.
what,
I'll go back
what
and
I
play the
know, because
mayor's
I've been
one.
involved for a number of months now, this is a very small group of individuals that we're dealing with. And I think we're going to see tonight that some of these individuals we've already dealt with in this situation. So we know it's very small, and we know it's not representative of the citizens of Atlanta, and it certainly doesn't reflect the values of our city. And so I'm very aware of that. And I know that the mechanisms of the collaboration of law enforcement that stands behind me, the prosecutors that are engaged in this case will hold those accountable, and we will start to see this activity diminish,
fucking
and we will
A,
eventually
man.
see this activity end.
That just
That's
made
all I
me
matter
so
to.
happy to hear him say this
Chief,
is
you arrested me
terrorism.
Tonight, do we know yet if those people were from this area or they were from out of state?
We're still reviewing that now.
But you said in the past it's typically been people from out of state.
Yes, I don't know which news group it was. Recently, we saw this great graphic of everyone that was arrested this past week. Not a single Georgia resident in there. It was from across the country. And I don't want to give anyone their own promotion for your news agency, but go look for that graphic and see where each arrestee was and what state they were associated with. I think that speaks for itself.
Last question. Any details on charges?
That will be forthcoming. We already have prosecutors in the room as we speak, and we're reviewing everything, and we have a lot of evidence to still go through. So even charges you see tonight, those can easily be upgraded, and they will be upgraded if appropriate.
All right, thank you, everyone.
So let's watch the mayor. It was a
Will
quick,
not.
This is the mayor. Wait, so real quick, before we do this, I think it's a very important time because we do have a lot of viewers. And I think it's important, especially because I was talking about patriotism. This is what I do for a living. Talk about what's actually happening in the country. Sorry, I have Tic Tacs in my mouth because they're fucking delicious. I own Pure Truth Coffee Company. In addition to, being the most patriotic coffee company in the world, we also sell other shit too. So our patriotic SF bundles, you'll see them. They're shipping out now. They come in 50 caliber U.S. surplus military cans. I know those are 30 caliber, but originally we were doing them in there, but I put too much stuff in them, so I had to get the 50 caliber, so they're bigger. Each box comes with either 2 t-shirts or a hoodie, a book written by a veteran, a tumbler, our fiery but peaceful coffee roast, which is like a hot cinnamon coffee roast. It's awesome. It's got a picture of our riot coverage from 2020 on the front. It's pretty badass. It comes with a bunch of stickers, a bunch of patriotic patches, a tactical hat where you can put those patches on it, a bunch of other stuff in it. Plus we do giveaways. So sometimes I throw in like a coupon where you get a free TV, all that. Go to puretruthcoffee.com and buy one of these bundles because you are directly supporting me. You're directly supporting the company and you're directly supporting, our quest to just be honest with you. I mean, that's it. So I encourage all of you right now to go and buy these bundles. And real quick, before I go back to this press conference, there's instructions on this bundle. You have 2 options. One, you can just go up here. You could choose a t-shirt bundle, choose your size, add it to cart, and then check out just like that. You'll get 2 random t-shirts. Or if you choose the hoodie in your size, you'll get a hoodie. They'll be shipped separately, but you'll get them within a week. Alternatively, if you want to pick your t-shirts, click t-shirt, your size, add it to your cart, and then go over to our t-shirt side, which is apparel and then t-shirts. Pick 2 t-shirts. Once they're in the cart, you'll see that they're free. You can do the same thing with a hoodie. You could pick a hoodie. Once it's in the cart, you'll see it's for free. But again, if you want to support us and what we're doing here and, everything that we're doing, please consider going and doing that. All right, let's go back to this press conference. This was just moments ago.
Come on around, guys. All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Joint Operations Center here at the Atlanta Public Safety Headquarters. And we're joined here with a lot of our partners tonight. First, I want to thank our Chief Shearbaum, for his great leadership today, and the men and women of the Atlanta Police Department, the Atlanta Fire Rescue Department, our 911 operators, Georgia State Patrol, the GBI, the FBI, our state and federal partners, as well as our partners in Fulton County, DeKalb County, MARTA, and others. Atlanta is safe, and our police officers have resolved the disruptions downtown from this evening. Thanks to the quick action of our public safety officials working together, order has been restored in a swift manner. The City of Atlanta and the Atlanta Police Department will not tolerate this, and we continue to protect the right to peacefully protest. We will not tolerate violence or property destruction. The Atlanta Police Department and our law enforcement partners are fully engaged and have the resources to protect our residents, our visitors, and our businesses in this city. Again, I want to thank Atlanta's firefighters, our police officers, our 911 operators, EMS, and everyone else who has helped to keep order in our city. My message is simple to those who seek to continue this type of criminal behavior. We will find you and we will arrest you, and you will be held accountable. We have arrested several of them this evening, and Chief Shearbaum will give you the details on that. Many of them don't even live in Atlanta or in the state of Georgia, and they don't represent the voices of Atlanta. And some of them were found with explosives on them. You heard that correctly, explosives, and that has led to a police officer's car being set on fire, and other destruction has occurred. And so make no mistake about it, these individuals meant harm to people and to property. And so to the people of Atlanta, I have said from the beginning of my administration that keeping our city's streets safe is my top priority, and we will continue to leverage all of the city's resources to make that happen. And so tonight you saw good, swift police work in collaboration with a lot of our regional and state partners, and I'll turn it over to Chief Shearbaum so he can give you more of the details from tonight. Chief?
Damn, I think this
Good evening, everyone. I want to get to start right now.
We watched all this already. I think this is amazing, especially coming out of a Democrat city. Like, this response, this tenacity, this, like, you fucked around and you found out attitude is amazing. Do I think it's over? Fuck no. I think they're going to be rioting in Minneapolis in just a little bit, if they're not yet. They had a march that was starting, and they told everyone to burn. That's literally what they said yesterday. Unicorn Riot covered it yesterday. And I talked about it just very briefly, I think. But they literally said, we're going to start marching at 4 o'clock, and that is not a peaceful march. That is when they said, we are going to terrorize. That's literally what they said there. And I'm like, how are they not going after and charging those people right now? That's terroristic threats. They should be going after everybody, that is doing this. But I mean, these are terrorists. Let's be honest with you. They're terrorists. Straight up terrorists. Terrorism, And I'm glad as hell to see a police department finally, going after him, bro. For anyone that doesn't know, just like someone just said right there, Cop City was a training city in Atlanta that was being built. There's been a group called the Atlanta Forest Defenders that have been protesting and attacking the site for months. They've been lighting construction workers' cars on fires, fighting with police. There's been a bunch of different arrests. But then everything started changing a couple of weeks ago. Right? A couple of weeks ago, they rounded up a bunch of these people and actually charged them with domestic terror. The police charged them with domestic terror, and they publicized all their names. Those people were not from Atlanta. They were not from Georgia. They were from all over the country, right? And so then I believe it was on Friday or possibly Thursday. What's today? Saturday. So maybe it was Thursday or Wednesday. That there was an operation that was meant to clear out the rest of these people so they could start on the construction for this new police training facility. When they went down there, a Georgia state trooper was down there. Hold on, I feel like I'm going to sneeze, so I probably will, but not yet, apparently. They went down there to protest, to go after these people, and someone shot shot the Georgia state trooper. He's currently in the ICU. Police returned fire, killing the domestic terrorists, and then they ended up arresting, I believe, 7 or 8 others and charged them again with domestic terror. All of the people that have been arrested so far were not from Georgia. They were not from Atlanta. They were from all over the country, which proves that this is domestic terror. Now, I don't know if they're charged I don't believe that any of them are charged federally. I believe the state is charging them with domestic terror because most states have their own, terrorism charges that they could charge as well. Apparently, what we just heard, which is fucking phenomenal, the chief of police with the mayor behind him shaking his head. And keep in mind, this is Atlanta, Georgia, where just 2 years ago, police officers were brutally attacked. One of them was tased. The other one was concussed by a man who was drunk driving, fell asleep in a Wendy's parking lot. And then he tried to fire a taser at the officer. The officer fired and shot and killed that guy. And was that Rashad Brooks or was that a different one? And They rioted and burned down. The 2 police officers were charged by a corrupt prosecutor with capital murder. They were fired within 3 days, no due process or anything. In fact, after they sued to get their jobs back, the police officer sued and the police department was forced to hire them back. The mayor's office, it's not Bowser. Who was the fucking mayor down here? The shithead that's now works for the Biden administration. What's her name? That mayor, the female there, that mayor, this has been going on for a while. So we've seen it was Rashad Brooks that was shot in Wendy's. And then they burned it down. And just like 2 or 3 days after those riots happened, a little girl named Sequoia Turner, she was 8 years old, riding in the back of her parents' car. Her parents made a left in the riots. She was black, the parents were black. They made a left. They were told by armed BLM protesters that they couldn't enter. When they tried to turn around, the BLM protesters shot into the car, killing the 8-year-old girl. You don't hear her name anywhere. I'll never forget her name. Her name was Sequoia Turner, 8-year-old girl murdered by these BLM extremists, right? And nothing happened. Sure, the police came out or Keisha Lance Bottoms, that was the mayor. Bottoms came out and said all this stuff. Oh, like, this is tragic, blah, blah, blah. As they're trying to crucify the police officers that were brutally beaten by Rashad Brooks before he was fatally shot by them. It's insane. And what makes it all worse, the Rashad Brooks thing, completely documented on body cam. Completely. The shooting was so freaking justified, you can't even imagine. And yet they still charge these officers with capital murder. Several people lost their lives as a result of the riots. Millions of dollars worth of damage was done. Now it seems like Atlanta was like, fuck around, find out. And they put in a police chief that gives a fuck. They put in a mayor that gives a fuck. And even though they may be Democrats, or the mayor's probably a Democrat, I can only assume he is. The mayor is like, nah. We are not doing this again. And I got to give it to him. The mayor is standing firm. But it's crazy, man. This whole thing is crazy. And this may be how I cover riots. If they do start up again, which I certainly hope they don't, this may be how I cover them, unless I, lose my mind. But I'm not going to just sit up like I did last time and watch it stew and get pissed. No, maybe I'll do synopsises, break them down, break down the press conferences about them. But like tonight, if they riot in Portland, Oregon, you're only going to see a small little news article about it. You're not going to hear press conferences. You certainly are not going to hear Chief Lovell or Lovitz, whatever the fuck his name is. You're not going to see him come up and give an impassionate speech about how the people that are destroying his community are terrorists, even though he believes they are and they all believe they are. No, they're not going to come out there and say anything like that. What they'll do is they'll be like, oh, his First Amendment speech, blah, 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 and they won't even hold a press conference. They'll barely put out a press release. My guess is that this isn't going to stop anytime soon because you have the black dude that was beat up by the cops in the back of a police station. 5 cops were fired for that, I believe. That just happened. You got the guy in Los Angeles, the BLM nephew, the nephew of the BLM founders, that was killed by police when he was tased to death, when he was resisting arrest. That was also on body cam. He was clearly resisting, but they tased him and he died. So it's, police brutality, apparently. Because apparently when someone is violently resisting arrest, that's you need mental health. You don't need police there, which doesn't make any sense. None of this stuff really makes any sense, to be completely honest with you. It's hard to fathom just how stupid some people can be, I'll be honest with you. Also, for anyone that didn't know, if you go to Pure Truth Coffee right now, if the patriotic box is too much for you, but you want to get a hoodie because our hoodies are dope as shit, here's a little something you didn't know. If you order a hoodie, don't forget to add a mug to your cart because the mug is completely free. So if you go and you purchase a hoodie, the hoodies are $55. Add a mug to your cart, you'll see the mug is $0. It doesn't cost you anything. Or if you add a tumbler, the tumblers are 50% off. I prefer you buy the Patriotic as F boxes because I just bought a bunch of the ammo cans and I need to sell them because I don't have a lot of money. So I have to buy all the shit in advance. And yeah, so I really need people to go and buy those Patriotic boxes. I'll put it in the chat again if you really want. And tell you what, if you want, everyone that just buys it and just adds the t-shirt, choose your size, add it to cart and check out without selecting the t-shirts or selecting the hoodie, here's a code for you. Use WTF Liberals. You'll save 10%. But you can't use it with any other discount. So you can't use it when you're choosing the shirts. If you choose the random shirts, which just, don't follow the instructions, just add it to your cart, and then I'll include 2 random t-shirts. Use code WTF Liberals, what the fuck liberals, and you'll get 10% off. And that adds up when you're talking about one of those boxes. But if you add the t-shirts, it won't let you do it. It's the way the system's built. But I wonder if what's going on right now in Minneapolis. I wonder if anything is going on yet. Because I can only assume that it is going to happen. I can only assume.
Largely peaceful protests where they...
What is this? Oh,
just
everyone is showing the old things because they're showing like the police car still burning in the background. That's all done. So let me see if there's anything new. Doesn't look like it. Nothing out of Minneapolis. Maybe they didn't do anything. That would be nice. Let me see. Boom. Nope, nothing new from Atlanta. But yeah, man. Someone said if you could buy a box, you would. But here's the best part. You could finance the box. You could finance the box as well. You could use Shop Pay and break the payments up into 4 payments. And guys, to be honest, you are really, really helping me out. So if you buy the box and you can afford the $30 every 2 weeks or whatever it is and split that payment up, please do it. Today is the day. I've said it yesterday too. And to be honest, we were only 8 away last night. So if we sell 8 more of those boxes today, I'm giving away a TV as well. Like straight up. Like because I need to get as many people to buy this so I can continue doing everything. We have a coffee shop. I got to buy more shit for the coffee shop. I got the bills that have to be paid. And I'm demonetized. I'm not demonetized, but they won't monetize any of my content. So I might as well be demonetized. I can get super chats, but they won't monetize my videos. But all right, so what else is going on? We talked already about the Hunter Biden classified documents. They found more documents in his home. It's not really a surprise. We kind of knew that was going to happen. We talked about Ron Klain, the chief of staff for Joe Biden, that apparently, news broke today by the Wall Street Journal. I think they broke it, that he was going to be resigning, that's huge. My personal belief, because now I'm all into conspiracy theories, I believe that Ron Klain is the fall guy for the Biden classified document dumps. That's my belief. I believe he's resigning because he's going to say he did it, right? Because he's been Biden's confidant for years and years and years. So that's the latest bit that I think. And then there's all this new Twitter stuff because everyone was like, oh, Twitter's the savior. Twitter's a free speech home now. And then a bunch of like popular streamers, the Quartering, Brittany Venti, all these people are getting suspended because they're posting a picture. That the sex trafficking lady, Aliza something, I forgot what her name is now, something because she's irrelevant to me. But she does a lot of good work about sex trafficking on Twitter. She's been super vocal about it, right? But apparently her history and her background is called into question. And then this music video from 8 years ago comes out with her dressing horribly nasty, has surfaced. And so people were taking screenshots of that because it's contrary to what she is representing, right? It's contrary to what she's representing. And someone said, well, where did the 300 stars go? No, we're monetized on Facebook. So if you sent 300 stars yesterday, that was $3. Thank you, bud. I just don't see it. I don't get bells or anything. So that just goes into my monthly settlements from Facebook, which are, everything is down, but that's what happens when Biden is destroying America every single day. But hopefully, I see 19 of you guys are on this website right now. So hopefully all 19 of you purchase one of these bundles, because I need you to. I really do. No one is speeding up and down the alleys here in Minneapolis because of the ice ruts about a foot or more deep. Can't get into your driveway unless you have four-wheel drive, someone said. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Minneapolis, because I would have thought we would have heard something already about Minneapolis popping off if they were actually going to pop off. But I don't necessarily think it's going to happen now because, well, it hasn't happened yet. Someone said he's on YouTube. Facebook gave him a timeout. I don't know what you're talking about. But, yeah, someone said there's really shady stuff going on with her, and her dad is a Republican congressman. What, her dad? Nuh-uh. Shut the fuck up. Her dad is a Republican or you're talking about somebody else. You have to be talking. You're not talking about that same Aliza whatever. Her dad is not a Republican congressman. What the hell's her name? Elisa Blue. But that's not even a real name. She's got some other name. Because there's been all sorts of news articles about different things and grifts and all sorts of weird stuff about her. And I'm not going into many of it. But she's basically saying the music video that's posted on YouTube, which was a world hip hop. I don't know. Like dude, I could offend all of you and play part of that video. Like I really could. But you guys will all be blinded. You will all be blinded if I play the video. Do you want to see the video? You'll all be blinded. It's disgusting. But I will do it in the name of journalism. But it's disgusting. Arkansas traveler said, go back to riots, please. There are no riots going on, Arkansas. Where do you live? In Arkansas? There are no riots. That was 2 or 3 hours ago. That was in Atlanta, Georgia. People, you guys are telling me you want to see this video? Oh my gosh. You don't want to see this video. It's bad. It's bad. I'll play it though, because, I believe in journalism. What's her name? Yeah, let me find it. So this all started, oh God, I don't know if I can do this. So it all started so basically, Brittany Venti was suspended for posting screenshots of this music video that's available right now on YouTube. It's not gone. It's got a shit ton of views. It's got, let's see how many views. Oh God, it's disgusting. It's got, let me open it up on YouTube and then pause it. Oh God, it's so fucking disgusting. Yeah, it's got 66,000 views on YouTube. It's been posted on YouTube for 8 years, right? So it's not, and she's saying this is non-consensual imagery, private non-consensual video. Tell me how this looks like non-consensual video. The music is fucking horrible. So I can mute it and I'll just zip around. So it's her. And remember, she's she claims to be a sex trafficking victim turned sex trafficking advocate. This video, according to everybody on social media, all of the commentators, everybody, this video was produced after she exited she was no longer a sex trafficked victim at this point. But now she advocates for sex trafficked victims and stuff. So this is, and dude, the whole video is like this, and it's disgusting. It's a world star hip hop video, but she says that it's private and it's not supposed to be, it's a non-consensual video, right? But what's really weird is if you go like this, and then you go over to, look at this, because I don't know if anyone did it. Can you see the domain? Does it show? Oh, no, you can't. But if you go to worldstarhiphop.com/embed/91322, this video, which she said is non-consensual and it shouldn't be on YouTube and blah, 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 is literally hosted on the World Star Hip Hop domain, which means that she signed a release to have the video put on their website. She is now saying she's going to sue anybody that plays this, anybody that hosts this, anybody that does anything. Good luck going after World Star Hip Hop because they're fucking massive. This is on the World Star Hip Hop website right there, that link that I said to you. And I wonder if the cornering of Brittany Venti figured that out, that this video is hosted on the World Star website currently right now. But she's apparently some, just like someone said, attention seeker. And listen, she does good work from what I mean. I don't know anything about her other than what I was able to locate so far. She does good work now in terms of, she works closely with Elon Musk to get rid of the child sex trafficking and stuff like that. She's a big advocate. But see, here's the thing that pissed me off, right? I didn't know who she was at all until I saw her on Timcast. And she was talking about, and how many of you guys saw this? She was on Timcast and she was talking about Andrew Tate and that her organization was representing Andrew Tate's victims, right? And she kept saying she can't talk about it. Literally, while she was there saying she can't talk about it, she's on Twitter releasing statements. First, she releases a statement from victim number 1, then victim number 2. Then she releases her own statement about it while being on a show saying she can't talk about anything. That threw up every single red flag that I could possibly imagine because I'm like, she is only there for publicity, to get people, followers, to raise money. I don't know what it was. That was my opinion from that. And she's a public figure, so come at me, dog, for defamation because you have a high burden to prove that you're defamed by any of my comments. Like, I know a little bit about defamation lawsuits. We're currently still in litigation for two lawsuits right now for our reporting, totaling $5.5 million. But so anyway, all of these people posted the screenshots of the video that I just played to you guys. They posted those on social media. When they posted them on social media, she was reporting all of them. She was reporting to sue anybody who posted it on social media and essentially, copyright striking everybody down. And this is the message that she posted on social media. She said, "I'm only going to address this one time and one time only. A non-consensual photo was posted of me yesterday on Twitter. The photos have been removed. The source of the photo has also been contacted, and I'm prepared." Excuse me. I'm preparing to escalate to the full extent of the law. The non-consensual photo that she's referencing to was a clip from that video that I just played to you. Straight up the craziest stuff. But because she has an ear with Elon Musk, apparently she was able to get Brittany Venti's page taken down, a bunch of small channels, but then Jeremy, the quartering as well. She was able to get him suspended for suspended until he deletes it, or 12 hours or something like that. I don't know how it works. But he's currently suspended on Twitter as well. And everybody's been retweeting it. Everybody's been talking about it. Everybody's been doing all that. But nobody has been like, this is wrong. She is. And you want to see the funniest thing? So she's banning everyone for photos. She took it. She had a pinned tweet from yesterday. She deleted it. Did she delete it? No, she didn't. Let me see. Where is it? Let me find the tweet. She tweets a lot. Here, you know what? I can find it this way. Oh, look at it. Who's that guy right there? That's me. Let me find the tweet. Scroll down. I don't know where the fuck it is. But basically, she said she will die on the hill of free speech. Fighting for free speech. She wrote that the day she was erroneously reporting pages and getting them banned. Like, no joke. Like this, and what this does basically, like you see the quartering, they've determined that the account violated the Twitter rules, specifically for violating our rules against posting or sharing privately produced, distributed, intimate media of someone without their express consent. So It's just insane. It's insane. And a lot of you may be saying, well, this isn't a big deal. Why are they doing this? You know, someone said, watch this video from this afternoon. He says who the dad is. Her dad is not a U.S. congressman. I can almost tell you, I don't even think she's American. So I don't know what, you know, here's the truth about the quartering. He gets shit wrong. Like his take on the whole Daily Wire, Steven Crowder shit is wrong. Okay? He gets shit wrong. But I still like him and I like what he does on social media. His coffee sucks because our coffee company is better. And yeah, you could tell him I said that. Jeremy, your coffee sucks. Mine's better. I'm still willing to do a taste test, bro. Let's pick a neutral person who's never purchased from any of us, and we'll send them free coffee. And they can tell us who's better. I guarantee it's going to be mine. You know why? Because I know where you get your coffee, and I know mine's better. Like, straight up. That's why we don't use where you got your coffee from. And that's why we use America's oldest roastery. Yeah, that's why we pay way more for our coffee than you do. Us, like me. Like, I pay more, and we sell our, like, this is the craziest part. I pay more for our coffee than you do, and I know that for a fact. And I sell my coffee to the consumers for cheaper than you do. And I know that for a fact, too. Like, how am I able to do that? Because I'm not greedy. Like, you know, and I package all the coffee. I grind it myself, and I package it all in the store in Woodstock. Where do you package your coffee? You know what I'm saying? He sells way more fucking coffee than I do. Because I've got 67,000 subs on YouTube. He has 1.68 million. So, or 1.8 something. He's got way more subs than I do. So, you know, I'm not trying to fight with him. I'm just having a playful thing in that regard. He called my coffee mud water. Fuck him.
Fuck you.
You know what I mean? But, yeah. Someone said, I tested the code and it worked. When me, you have to select the box with the t-shirt option. Oh, yeah, if you select the hoodie option. Oh, wait. You have to select the box with the t-shirt option, select it in the size, and add to the cart. It's the only way the code will work. Yeah. Yes. You have to. The code works for it. I don't know what you're saying. But, yeah, the codes work. I tested them all. All right, now you're going to make me look it up. There's no way her dad... All right, let's watch the Quarterings video real quick. Quartering, please don't copyright strike me, even after I talked about your shitty coffee. Yeah, anyone know where it was in the timestamps?
Wells, new boss.
All right, here. Just, do they have a show transcript? All right. Can I search the transcript? No, I can't. Anybody know where it is? Because I don't want to scroll through this whole thing. Because he'll just rant. Oh yeah, here's the quote, because he has it. She must have deleted it, so he's looking through an archive, I think. Where'd it go? I will die on the hill of... Fuck, where'd it go? You guys can't even see what I'm doing. This is the Quarterings video. I'm not going to play his video because I don't want to. And he would probably copyright. Yeah. Fuck, that's not the tweet. Where's the tweet? Oh, yeah, right here. This is her tweet. This fucking cracked me up. I want to be crystal clear. I'll die on the hill of free speech in America. The government cannot remove it. The WF cannot remove it. Free speech is an inalienable human right with or without both government. Look when she posted this yesterday at 12:30 p.m. And then at the same time, she's getting Twitter to secretly suspend people that are posting pictures. You can use Control F to open a search box and then type what you want to search. That's going to work with the transcript. Control F, father.
Several other names. Her father is a politician. You know, this is all stuff that I didn't want.
See, I know that's not enough.
Eliza Blue. Eliza Cuts. Eliza knows. But her father is actually a Republican politician in the 71st district.
What?
And also does not have that last name. Has
See, I don't. That's not fucking true. I don't believe that's true at all. I really don't. I don't believe that's true. Dude, that's bad. Because now people are going to be looking up Republican politicians from the 71st district. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's a little bad. Someone said Black Rifle advertises with way too many YouTubers, meaning they don't have as good of a product. Yeah. Well, here's the thing too. They claim to be America's coffee company. Well, I personally, whatever. We are America's most patriotic coffee company. Okay. And we're not going to steer from that. We have a apolitical coffee company within the coffee company for when we do events that are non-political. Because by the way, guys, if you're just tuning in for the first time and you didn't know, in addition to running puretruthcoffee.com, the best coffee company in the fucking world, like seriously, order coffee. I'm packing all the coffee orders tomorrow. So if you order coffee today, you will get your coffee order shipped out on Monday. You will get a shipping notice tomorrow because that's how I roll. You can order coffee. You can get it whole bean or ground. And if you order any of the classics, the ones with the colorful labels, those are the ones we keep in house. We were going to fuck with Temecula coffee roasters in California to do like specialty coffee. I'm getting rid of all of that. We're not going to use them anymore. But you can still order it. It's still hooked up. But I'm getting rid of that. That's a cold brew and pods. I'm not doing any of that shit. But what the fuck was I going to say? I forgot. Oh, yeah. Best coffee, guaranteed. Like, seriously, if you buy my coffee and it's not great coffee and you don't like it, send me a message. I'll give you your money back. No question asked. Because it is. Ghost of Chicken Kiev said, bro, if you could just please deadlift me already. Ghost of Chicken, how much do you weigh? Because I already deadlift you. Probably. Unless you are like a super heavy bariatric patient that weighs like 800 pounds. Yeah, then I already deadlift you. So that's the truth. Pretty competitive pricing on your gear. Yeah. I mean, well, not the patriotic box, because the patriotic box should be way more expensive, but I wanted to make it special. And what I used to do is do all the stuff that's in the patriotic SF bundle, like this one. I used to put all the stuff that's in it, the books, the hats, the shirts, the cups, I used to put all of that in a box and put some colorful shit in there, pack it all up and send it out to you. It wasn't enough for me. I wanted to do better. So what I ended up doing is we got these ammo cans, and I lowered the price of the box to make it more affordable for people to buy. But not only that, then I added the cost of the ammo can, which increased the cost of shipping and everything. So I don't make as much money off of these as I should, but you know what? It's so worth it because everybody loves these ammo cans. And eventually I'm going to have, once I get enough money, I'll buy a laser engraver and laser engrave on the back, Pure Truth Coffee, on the clear side that doesn't have the military print. But I encourage all of you guys to go and buy this pre-sale. I may be, to be honest, I may remove the instructions in the future and not have that on there and just tell people when you're ordering that you could pick your own shirts if you're quick enough. Because I think that is screwing my thing up. Patriot, what is that? Who was that right there? Patriots United said it's all about sales. Moving on. Did you just miss the whole first hour and a half of the show? Because we didn't talk about sales. I'm sorry that for 5 minutes I have to talk about sales. Otherwise I can't do this. Because how much did you tip? How many bits did you send, Patriot, whatever fucking stupid ass piece of
shit
on Twitch? How much did you contribute to support the show today? Oh, nothing? Oh, well, that's right. So that's why I have to do an ad read for the company that I own. Because we don't sell out and work with other companies unless we actually rep them and we know who they are, like Spartan or CBD or any of those. But that's why we started our company. So you may be pissed to hear me pitch, my merch and shit like that. But that's how I'm able to keep doing this. I know it sucks, but you know what I have to say to you? It's very nice. And I say it in a nice voice too.
Fuck you!
You know what I'm saying? All right, whatever. I hate fucking people, bro. I really do. I hate people. April said you've been researching laser engravers. Glowforge is way overpriced, a couple $100. You can get a better one, and it's way less. Yeah, I mean, I've seen a couple. They're like $7 or $700, the good, decent ones. Because I want to be able to do tumblers, and I want to be able to do these. Like, probably what I'll end up doing is spray painting them. You know what I mean? To start off with, because I'll probably buy, what is it? A Cricut cut, whatever it is, one of those, so I can cut out the stencils of our logos and our company name and all that. and then I'll spray paint them on the side, and then eventually we will do what we got to do. But yeah, I'm sorry everyone that doesn't like an infomercial, but I got to do it. Otherwise, I can't keep doing this. You know, essentially, I need to sell like fucking 10 of these things a day for the next 20 days just to be able to like finally get caught up and get above board, because it's been rough. December, we had our lowest sales ever since before the riots in terms of our merch, the lowest we've ever had, and our product is still amazing. You know, so it is what it is. You know, but so I'm just trying to do it. Someone said, unmarked car pulled over a young black man and confrontations happens. They beat him to death. I don't know what you're talking about. Well, but Rocky said you're working on a stencil, but I need 8 of them. That's the problem. I need 8 of them so I could do 8 cans at once. Came to a coma. He died January 10th. 5 black officers fired. 3 officers on lethal civil violations and appeals. Yeah, I saw something about the officers. I said the officers were fired, but Vapor said my wife is a cricket master. It's crazy what she meant. Yeah, I mean, I watched a bunch of videos on the cricket thing because I think I can do reverse stickers too, or decals, to vinyl stickers, because I need to get big stickers made that say free coffee on my store so people know that they can come in and get free coffee. Because that's what I was saying before I started talking about all this is we're doing free coffee. Free coffee. Every day in our store, it's free coffee. You can just come in and have a cup of coffee. We got chairs there. I'm not going to talk to you. but you can come in, you know? Or maybe, you know, I may say, hey, take your cup of coffee. Get the fuck in the back. We're doing a live show right now. I'm recording you. Doing an interview. You like that coffee? That's the cost. Otherwise, get the fuck out. You know what I mean? But yeah. Okay. John Ray on Twitch is weird. My love for you knows no bounds. This will never end. I have an unconditional burning desire inside of me that'll never leave. I will always love you. Fucking weird, bro. Someone else asked if something else is going on in Atlanta. Nope, nothing else right now is going on in Atlanta. But let's see if Interview in the Back, sign me up. Yeah, but anybody that wants to promote their own shit, like their overly expensive cars, is going to have to buy a Patriot box. And we don't have a special discount for brothers. But you can pick up your box in person, like, and save me the $8 in shipping. Yeah, like, where's your patriotic box, Mike or Virginia Realtor? You bought a mug, bro. Remember when we were going to split that commission on the house? I still haven't forgot about that. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, Mike, too. Do you know how to replace showers? Because I got to do that. That's another thing, a programming alert. Everybody, on Tuesday, I'm going to be live streaming, but it's going to be from my house. And you're going to get to watch me demolish my bathroom. And it's only going to be on YouTube, though. Because like I said, the YouTube is going to kind of switch. We'll have these shows. We'll have some gym shit. We'll have some life shit. And then we'll have some home improvement of me and you guys all laughing at when I try to do shit I don't know how to do. Because that's what I'm going to be doing on Tuesday, probably all day. Mike said the shower head. No, the whole thing. Because we have an old shower, so all 3 of the valves. So you have the valve that makes it either shower or the bottom or the spout. And then we have the hot water and the cold water, all 3 of those valves. We already replaced the hot water. We had to call a plumber to get him to do it because it was just constantly on. It got warped. And now it's happening. You can't make it go to the tub spout anymore because it just freely spins because it's broken. And now the cold water is going, so we're not going to be able to shut it off. And the plumber's like, listen, if I got to come back at that point, it just makes more sense to rip everything out. And I was like, I wonder if I could do it myself. And I started watching YouTube videos, and I think I'm going to try. And so, should be funny. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be working on Tuesday, and I will be live streaming it the entire time. So just so you guys know, we will all be in my bathroom pretty much all day on Tuesday. and it will be quite entertaining. So you got to make sure you follow me on YouTube, on the Steve Oatley YouTube page, because that page is going to switch. You're going to see some stuff. Also, last night we started raising money for a trip to California. You can contribute that way. Trips changed. At TW Lives, I'm going to end up having to fly out to you a different time because I was telling my wife and kids about it. They want to come on a trip. And they're like, why don't we go on spring break? We have 10 days. And I'm like, and then I'm like, fine, we'll go to California. And they're like, well, we can't go all the way to California. And I'm like, why? And they're like, because it's fucking 5,500 miles away. We can't make it in 10 days. And I said, the fuck we can't. You just drive like 600, 700 miles a day. And they're like, no, I'm not doing that. So now what we're going to do, and what I told my wife is the only way I'm agreeing to this, otherwise I'm going to California, is that I have to be able to live stream. And so we are going to take a trip for 10 days west, like as far west as we can go. And we're going to bring you guys along with it. That, again, is going to be on that YouTube page, the Steve Oatley YouTube page. And so we're going to do that. And then I'm going to fly out a different time and go, between April, or maybe even sooner. I don't know. But now it's a little bit cheaper because I don't have to raise $5,000 to go. I'll just raise whatever a plane is and then go out and do a live stream with TW Lives in Bakersfield, chasing calls, and then I'll fly back, even though I hate fucking planes. But yeah, Lee Czar said you'll 100% be watching on Tuesday. Yeah, it's gonna be entertaining. It's gonna be a very entertaining thing. But I watched enough videos.
I'm gonna buy your coffee, Steve. We have our own brand, but I want to see if it's good and also support the entrepreneur cause BRC hates us anyway.
Yeah, they do. See, and this is the one thing that many of you guys haven't realized. I, as a business owner, don't like to, besides a quartering, because I'm just fucking with him. But like, I'm not really going to talk too much shit about Black Rifle or any other coffee company because we're competition. I'd rather you try the coffee. I know there's people on Twitter, coffee companies, blah blah blah, that all drop ship their shit. Like we don't drop ship it. We have all the coffee sent to us in bulk. It's all now in whole bean in our store. And then we keep it in our, airtight Tupperwares. And then when we get an order, if we check, is it ground? We grind it up right there, package it up, and send it out. That's how we do it. It's a good system. So that's what we're doing now in the store. But yeah. So there's going to be a lot of stuff. Someone said the tile cutter. No, because I'm not. So the thing that pissed me off is I'm going to buy a shower that doesn't need to mount on, because it's like the 3-piece like shower stall. We're not doing tile because there's already tile in there and I got to rip it all off. So I'm like, fuck this. So what I'm going to do is use the 3-piece, the 3-piece shower unit. So I'm going to cut all of the tile out and try to do it without, making a fucking huge mess with, the tools and all that stuff to take it all out. But here's the crazy part. You want to hear the craziest part about the plumbing? So we couldn't figure out where the water shutoff valves are for the tub. We couldn't figure it out. My wife went under the crawl space with a camera, and I'm looking on the receiver trying to figure out, and there's no, because I don't fit in the crawl space. I'm fucking massive. And Mike or Virginia Realtor knows the crawl space. It's fucking small. I would have to go like this just to get in, and then I'd probably never get out alive. So I send my wife down there, because that's what we do. But she went down with the camera. We couldn't find any shower cutoff valves. I found them though. I found them today, because when we had the water leak, when we first bought the house, when we had the water leak, we figured out where the water leak was by cutting a hole in the kitchen wall, angling our face down in there, and then when we found out there was mold and all that in there, that's where they put all the vents through. So there was a big hole behind our microwave. So I remember that hole was there. So I pulled out everything, and this is the whole reason why we got to rip out the entire shower. So I pulled out that little piece and kind of stuck my head in there with a flashlight into a little fucking square like this big, even though the hole's big, but the only square you could see is like that big. Look down there. Guess what? That's where the valves are, in between the shower wall and the kitchen cabinets. And there's no way I'm touching the kitchen cabinets. So I'm going to rip out the entire shower. And then I'll get to the valves. I'll cut the valves. I'm going to cut the copper pipes off right there. I'm going to cut the copper pipes. And then I'm going to use the shark bite fits from the 1/2-inch copper lines to the PEX tube, run PEX tube up to a new nozzle thing, and then run a new PEX tube all the way up and a new PEX tube, and then redo the. Actually, can I use? I'll use the existing spout. I'm not even gonna. I can replace the top. Yeah, see, I got it. But and then it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be it's gonna be fun. So, but yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing on Tuesday. We're gonna price out all the stuff, and hopefully, I have enough to buy everything, because money's fucking tight. Like, I'm not joking when I say it. So we have a Lowe's card, so hopefully we have enough Lowe's credit because we're gonna get the shower unit. The worst part about the PEX tool, right? So the hose, 10 feet of hose is like $8, not that much. The little copper crimpers aren't that much. It's like 100 for $25. The PEX tool, the crimper tool to use to crimp the PEX, that shit's like fucking $70. It pisses me off, dude. It pisses me so off. So, because I'm only going to use this fucking thing once, bro. Like, I already know that. I'm only going to use it once, but I have to use it. So, someone said use it and return it. A shark bite behind a wall is not going to be a good idea. See, that's what I was thinking. I don't know. That's why a lot of people said that a shark bite wasn't good. So, what do you think? The people that are in here that know, should I do the shark bite, or should I just solder, the female PEX, like copper, half an inch to half an inch adapter that they sell? They're the same price essentially, but then I would have to solder. So I have to buy a torch and solder and the shit that goes inside the thing. I just don't know anything about torching. The Virginia Realtor said no shark. Someone else said shark bite is good. I watched a thing that someone said the shark bites aren't good, and it was a plumber, and he's like, usually we get called to houses that have, do you know what I mean? So, but someone said it's not difficult soldering. Yeah, I watched it. I don't know. Someone said you could send me the tool. Nah, it's all right, dude. I'll go buy one and then I'll return it after, or I'll probably keep it, dude. My shed is full of tools. You learned it to weld in high school. Yeah, we built houses in high school, fucker. You were one of those dorks that took welding. We took construction trade. You know what I mean? I think my whole family. Virginia Realtor, do any of us know how to weld? I certainly don't. I don't know if anyone else has welded. I don't think so. But how many of you guys would like to see a show with my brother and I? He fucking wants to do it. I'm like, dude, you don't want to go down this path, but he wants to do it. I'm like, dude, you don't want to do this. You don't want to do it. But he's like, I want to do it. I want to do it, bro. One of us did. Yeah. So one of us did welding? Really? Someone said you can rent the PEX tool. My brother and I will just laugh. That's the whole thing. That's what happens when we get together. He drinks like fucking whiskey or bourbon because he's all pompous as a realtor. And he does. He drinks with his fucking pinky up, too. Like, straight up, bro. What the fuck? Most of you guys are saying we should do a show. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. What my plan is, like, it's not going to happen because we're not meeting our daily goals in terms of sales. But my plan was to, like, I jury-rigged the internet, but the internet in the store is not good enough to live stream. Like, I could do what I did this morning, but I can't even browse the internet when I'm doing it. You know what I mean? So I can live stream, but I can't do anything else. Whereas, that's why I've been pushing. I'll be honest. That's why I've been pushing all of our sales on the store like fucking crazy, because I need the money. I've got like $4,000 or $5,000 worth of bills that I got to pay within, what is today? So 9 days. And then I wanted to get the internet turned on in the store. The stupid expensive $400 a month internet. That's what I wanted to do, because then I could have good internet. But what I'm going to do in the back room, the room that I was in this morning on that Facebook video, where I was just testing the internet, that room is going to be my desk. It's going to be a bunch of different setups, so I could do like green screen work or whatever, and then where I work during the day. And then the back room, which used to be my office, anyone who's been watching me for a long time, the back room that used to be my office, That room I'm going to build into a podcast studio. That's where I'll do like guest interviews. If Mike or if Virginia Realtor does want to do a show with me, we could do one there. He's got to come out though. I'm not going all the way to fucking where he lives. Fuck that. You got to drive out to me. And then what I'm also thinking about doing is making it a rentable studio. So people, and it's just another income stream. So people can come in, they can rent and do a podcast, and I'll handle their uploading and their hosting of the podcast and all that, and they just charge me, and I just charge them studio time. And there's nobody that does that here. So I think it would be cool because I'll be using it anyway, and then I could make a little bit of extra money. And then it's just another thing that we could do. So like when we open new locations, we could have a podcast studio in it. You see what I'm saying? Just something different. But yeah, if you guys all want to go, I'm not ending yet. We still got fucking a bunch of other stuff to do. But if you guys want to support, like right now, how many of you, there's 639 of you. 639. How many of you guys like this channel and value what I'm doing right now? Either one, go buy the Patriotic SF bundle, or right here. This is the travel fund. The Cash Apps or Venmos, that's the travel fund. That's where I'm going to live stream with my family, mind you. My son is excited because he thinks he'll be a YouTube star. But when we go on our camping trip for the spring break, and then guess what? I'll tell you, want to know a secret? The spring break trip is a precursor for our summer. Because if it goes well and we can manage to deal with each other for 10 days, then that's a testament that we could take off for the entire summer. She's like, what will you do with the store? And I said, I will hire someone to work in the store, and they could fulfill all of our coffee orders, and I could do everything else remote I could do the show I could do all the shirts and all that stuff right from the remote. But someone said, did you buy a big rig? No. Was I talking about that with you guys? I don't even remember. Someone said, do a ride along with Sheriff Bob instead. If I could get a ride along with any law enforcement, I would go and do a ride along and document that. I would love to do that. But I tried to do that. I tried to do the ride alongs, and I couldn't. Nobody would do it. Nobody would do them because of COVID. And I haven't tried since then, to be honest. But Live on Patrol is back, so why would I bother? But no. When I was looking at the bus, that was just kind of a joke. No, but I've been looking, and I was telling my wife, what I hate my house. Many of you guys know that. I say it all the time, that I don't like our house at all. And part of the issue is I just don't like it. It's small. There's not a lot of room. And so I decided that we're going to fix it up. Initially, we're going to just try to fix it up and sell it. And, come March or June, we're just going to sell the house and buy the end house, the house we're happy with. And then I was like, why are we doing that? Why don't we just fix this house up, deal with it, suck it up for the summer, try to make as much as we can. She could work during the summer. She still gets paid as a teacher, but she's not working. She could do something else for the summer. While remote, she could teach or something remote. Make as much money as we can, and then we'll just buy a bigger, fifth wheel or something. Which is stupid because I could sell my fucking motorhome right now and buy a fifth wheel for the same price. I could have a sick fucking fifth wheel right now for what I owe on my motorhome. Not what I could get for the motorhome, but what I owe on the motorhome. I could buy a really nice fifth wheel, toy hauler. And then what I'm probably
If you want to run PEX on metal, have a professional plumber do it, or your home insurance won't cover any future damage. Otherwise, keep copper and solder.
If you want to run PEX on your metal, have a professional plumber do it, or your home insurance won't cover any future damage. Otherwise, keep copper and solder. What? Even if I what if I put a solder? Really? Home insurance didn't cover anything in the first place. They're like, oh, you should have known there was mold. I'm like, how would we know? We just bought the fucking house. Didn't you get an inspection? I was like, no, we're taught. Someone here's a suggestion, Steve. Stop buying shit. LOL. I haven't bought anything. In fact, I've sold a lot of shit that I bought. I haven't bought anything recently. In months. The motorhome is the same one we've had for over a year. Our cars, you guys know I flip cars like fucking crazy. We've had the same cars since March. Both cars. We don't have, there's been no money to do it. Yeah, the gym equipment. But then again, I flipped the leg extension and the leg curl machines. I flipped those. I still have a whole squat rack if anyone wants to buy that. Not the good one. I'm keeping the other one. I'm moving it to the store. But I do have an old squat rack, $400. Come on, come and get it. You got to get it soon though. Some would say the way around that, pull a permit and have it inspected. Yeah, but I thought I don't need to do a permit. It's not structural. You guys are fucking making me think I shouldn't do this because I can't afford a plumber. That's why I was going to do it myself. Someone said, I don't believe that's true. As a homeowner, you could do almost any work at your house. But would it be covered by home insurance? Homeowner's insurance? I don't need to worry about it. As a homeowner, you could do whatever you want, but if it goes wrong, it's on you. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to do the roof. I still got to do a new roof, but the roofers that we had that came and did an estimate, they're like, you'll be fine for the winter, but you're going to need it by next year. So, you know, my other brother was like, we could do the roof ourselves. Even this brother was like, we could do the roof ourselves. And I was like, the fuck we can't. No, because I'm afraid of heights. So we can't do a roof, you know? But I mean, maybe they could. Maybe I should just have them come. I'll just throw the shingles up on the ceiling, and then those two guys could fucking belt out that ceiling or that roof. But we have to do that because we have soft spots in the roof. And then that's pretty much it for like big shit. I would like to fix the siding on one of the sides because it's bowed out from where the failed an FHA inspection. So they sent in a home improvement guy, and he just like fucking hit shit against the wall, but didn't actually fix anything. So by the time we actually got into the house, it all popped back out. So it's fucking, yeah, dude. It's just sad. Atlanta's not popping, Terry Oilfield Brown. Atlanta was popping several hours ago. Not now. There's not a lot going on now. That's why we're just chilling. That's why we're just hanging out. Yeah, there's protests in Peru. But yeah, there's nothing going on in Atlanta currently at all. And I'm not going to watch the shit that's going on in Peru because it doesn't make sense. It says, yeah, they're both Peru. But yeah, nothing else is going on. And we already covered the protest there. I wish Live on Patrol was live on Saturdays as well. I wish they went live more often. I think they do two times a week, but they're not live. On Patrol live is live, but not live on Patrol. And someone did, I play any video games? No, I haven't played video games. I don't have any time, dude. You want to know? So last night I live streamed until what, 12, 15-ish? Then drove a half an hour home. And finally fell asleep around 1:30, 2 o'clock. Woke up at 5:30. Had a couple of coffee, couple of cups of coffee. Then my wife woke up. She was on the couch because the dogs wake her up at 4, and then she just sleeps on the couch usually because she can't go back to sleep. Woke her up because I needed breakfast, and I burn eggs in the morning because I can't function. So she made me breakfast, and then I drove to the store. And I think, what time did I go live at the store? I was already at the store for an hour or so. So I was at the store by like 7. And I was doing my internet test and ran all the wiring for the internet by fucking 8 o'clock. And I've been working all day, bro. I've been working all day. I didn't get my nap in. I didn't get anything because I was showing the guy the warehouse. Because there's a guy, I'm looking to sublease this whole space because I could keep the store open more if I'm just doing the show down there again, which I know it's kind of stupid, but I don't necessarily want to give up the space. So I'm looking to sublease it. And the guy was supposed to meet me here at 1 o'clock. And then he called me 20 minutes before and he said he's running late. He'll be here by 3. But he came and everything's working out, it seems. So I have a meeting on Monday with the realtor or the landlord to make sure that's good. But looks like that'll be good. So that saves me some money. So that's good. But yeah, it's fucking crazy time. Someone said I'd find a licensed professional to make sure it's done correctly and covered by insurance due to previous situations. I'm not going to. Because I can't afford it, dude. A fucking plumber would be hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of labor. I can't afford it. So the only thing I could do is just do it myself. So, and I think I'll be fine. You know, I watched a bunch of videos on it. It doesn't look that crazy. The shower unit, at first that looked crazy because then I'm like, shit, if I rip off all the tile, I got to rip off the sheetrock, you know, because they put the tile on the sheetrock. The shower unit that we're buying, the 3-piece unit, does not mount on sheetrock. It mounts on studs. So, which is good because then I don't have to, you know, put, you know, new sheetrock down or anything. I just put the studs. And then it's like, make sure you insulate the back wall if it's not insulated, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to do all that stuff and go there. Hard in the hard head. Yeah, you asked about news already today. I've been live now for 2 hours. So the beginning of the show was all news and I was amped up too. Like straight up. That's why I'm so tired right now because the beginning of the show was fire, wasn't it? Who watched the beginning of the show and thought it was one of the better shows that I had? And then we covered the riot that took place today in Atlanta, and we showed the video of the riot, and then we caught the press conference when it was live. And then we talked about the Aliza, whatever her stupid name is, the shit from Twitter, and now we've just been kind of shucking and jiving. You know, just messing around, just having fun for the last half hour. So, and I'll probably cut it soon. So, someone said use concrete board instead of green drywall. No more rotting. Yeah, but I'm not putting up drywall. So basically, the way this shower unit hooks up, it sits off like an inch, right? And so it attaches directly to the studs. So you glue it right to the studs, and you screw it in on the top. And then I guess I would, I don't know. Because I'm not going to be able to fit, maybe I could fit it under the sheetrock and then just fucking right through the sheetrock into the pilot holes. You think? I bet I could. I'm good like that. Talk about the Navy SEAL. Yeah, the problem with that, April, is I didn't really look into it that much. You know, so how many of you guys heard about this Navy SEAL that was killed in Ukraine, I believe on Thursday? So a Navy SEAL was killed in Ukraine on Thursday. He was fighting on behalf of Ukraine, apparently. They say he was a deserter from the Navy since March of 2019, right? That he was listed as a deserter. So he was AWOL. I personally don't believe it. So you know how many AWOL Navy SEALs there are right now? None. That's according to an officer in the Navy. There are none. So you're telling me that this guy was the only one that was AWOL for 2 years, 4 years, and after doing all his training, so he was in the Navy for 8 years before he went AWOL. In the Navy for 8 years, did all his training, all his decorations and all that stuff, is on a team, and then he goes AWOL. And then he goes and he's able to, while being a wanted, because when you're AWOL, you're wanted, right? If you're on deserter status, you're wanted. Then finds himself over in Ukraine, so somehow he got over there, and then dies. Here's my belief. You want to know? Someone said we do not go after deserters. He would have a flag. He would never be able to fly, especially not internationally. He would have a flag. If he went to the airport, they would fucking flag him. Here's what I believe happened. In March of 2019, he was recruited by the CIA. And he's been running clandestine missions all across the country since then. Or he wasn't even recruited, since then, because nobody's talking. No family's talking. Nobody's talking, which is crazy to me. So my belief is that he was over there on behalf of America, and then he died as a result of that. And now they are completely and utterly throwing him under the bus, saying he was AWOL and a deserter from the Navy. That's all I can say, dude. I don't know anything else about it. I just can't imagine it any other way. You know what I mean? And they're throwing him under the bus is that's my personal belief. I would be curious because I know there are some people that have the resources and the connections to be able to find that out. That I would love to be able to find that out. In all reality. But my guess is he was working for the United States over there, and he got killed. And they have to say that he was a deserter. They can't say he was active. They can't say he was, government. They can't say anything. And maybe that's why his family's been quiet, or at least I haven't seen anything come out by his family. You know what I'm saying? That's just my belief. I don't know. But someone said he's what we call in Tampa scampa. I don't know what that means. But yeah. Someone said, you think you will still need hardy board and a vapor barrier. You don't. It attaches right to the studs. I watched like 700 videos. Navy doesn't have sergeants. We have petty officers. Yeah. Someone said, I could tell you for a fact there's American paramilitary there. Yeah, I mean, we know there are, right? Because there's, how many Green Berets are reportedly over there right now that are not active duty? Mm-hmm. Like when they held a whole press conference the other day about the Wagner Group, I'm like, bruh. Do you know what I mean? Someone said, finally getting rid of butthurt lady. Who's that? What are you guys talking about? Someone being bad in the chat. Someone said, no, just loose cannon deserters are nothing no matter what their specialty. What? A Navy SEAL? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Terry said, Terry must not have been here when the last time she talked about Atlanta and I answered her and went over it again. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know that much about that story, and I'd be very curious to find more information about it. But Mandy said there's nothing going on in Atlanta now. I know. You guys just got to keep saying it. Every time someone comes in and says they're rioting, say, no, nothing happens. Nothing's happening in Atlanta. We've already talked about it 7,000 times. Like I'm tired of talking about it. What else, man? What else? Let me see if there's anything interesting going on live right now. No, us. We're the most interesting thing that's going on live right there. And a bunch of people talking about random shit. That's about it. Is Portland starting? I don't know. I'm not going to be covering riots. If I cover riots, it'll be like I did today. Where if there are riots currently taking place across the United States at any given time, I will probably wait. I will talk about them. I will get mad. I will figure out a badass manuscript or something like that. But what the fuck is that called? See, I'm getting tired. Can you tell? Opening monologue, right? I'll figure out a badass monologue, and then I will show some videos of the riots, and I'm never going to cover them like I did. I just physically can't. It's fucking too draining on me. You know what I mean? Just mentally, it's too draining on me. But if you see my chat right there, in your chat, my message in your chat, see, I'm done, so I'm tired. But if you go in there and you buy that patriotic as fuck bundle, you're my favorite. You don't suck cheese balls. If you buy a hoodie or something, that's great too. If you buy a hoodie, don't forget to add your mug. The mug is free. And also, if you're not using one of the free things and you're not choosing your own t-shirts and you're just letting me choose for your t-shirt deal, use code. And this code works on all my coffee and everything today. WTF Liberals saves you 10% off everything. That's off everything. But if you try to use that code with a hoodie and a mug, it's not going to let you. So you can't do that. You just got the hoodie, because that is technically the way I had to set it up. So you get the free mug with the purchase of any hoodie. The way I had to set it up is I had to give the mug for free. So it counts as a discount, so you can't put them together. So need a riot grading scale on 1 to 10 clowns. I don't know. Today was pretty good. RTK said, with the $2 super chat, said, did you watch the Atlanta PD press conference? Not only did we watch it, we also aired it live during this program. Someone said, did we end up giving away a TV? No, we didn't make the 8 boxes, and we're not there yet either today. So I'll just keep it over until the next time we do the TV, because so today we've done 4 boxes. Yeah. So we were short 4 boxes today from doing the TV giveaway. Because like I said, I just can't do it because I won't even make enough money to buy the TV. Because again, these boxes I'm making like $25 each box. I'm not making as much as I should be, but they're awesome boxes and I keep the price low enough that you guys like it and buy it and enjoy it. So appreciate that. Rick said, got your hoodie and yeet mug yesterday. Hoodie is super rad. Thanks. No problem, bruh. Someone said, just sent you a Twitter space from earlier. It was a debate with a transgender American soldier fighting in Ukraine, and another guest goes at her hard. Great. Listen, I don't want to. Did you ever give me a price on the smaller ammo boxes? No, but I don't have them anymore. They're gone. I did the t-shirt bundles or something in them. They're gone. We already sold them all. The 30. I can order you though. Like if you want them, 220 for 10. If you want. They're heavy though. So plus shipping. So I do 220 for 10 of them. Because that's my wholesale price essentially.
Been watching you a long time, bro.
Dan,
Good job.
I should say 220, but actually 440 and you got to buy 20. That's what I should say. Because I got to buy in bulk. And it makes more sense to do that. But the shipping will get you. The shipping will be like $80 because they're heavy as fuck. But if you want, you could buy them, and then just come pick them up when you're in the area, and I'll just keep them in the store for you. But yeah. Steve, did you get a screen press? Yeah. I did get a screen press, and it's sitting in a box in the back because I bought a heat press because I'm lazy and didn't want to learn how to screen press. Dan said you'll pick them up. Yeah, well, if you want to do it, Dan, Cash App or Venmo, I have all your information, but you could do it via the Cash App or Venmo. Just send, whatever you want, the 440, 220, whatever. Because I'll sit on the other 10. I'll use them for something. So if you want, send 220, or if you want all 20 of them, 440, and you could just send it via Venmo or PayPal because I have all your information. Faith by Nature said, hubby heard ammo box. Should I talk about the ammo boxes again for the people that didn't know? Because our 40 cal or 50 caliber ammo boxes are amazing. It's not just that the boxes are pretty cool and that we do such a cool bundle in the box. It's that all of the stuff that's in the box. So you get a book written by a veteran. You get a roast of our Fiery But Peaceful, which you've never had before, unless you get one of these boxes. Steve, picture of me in the hospital in New York City in your DM wearing a Wake Up America t-shirt. Oh, I'll check it out. What was I saying? Yeah, it's awesome. Fiery But Peaceful coffee roast. It's a hot cinnamon roast. It's got a picture from the riots of 2020 on the front. It's pretty badass. A bunch of stickers, all new patches. These are some funny ones too. And we also put a tactical hat in there so you can attach the patches and wear them proudly. I already said a book written by a veteran. We do a bunch of other stuff. A custom tumbler is in there. Plus, you can choose a t-shirt bundle. You get 2 t-shirts, or you could choose a hoodie bundle and you get 1 hoodie in it. Now, this is the important thing. If you want to save 10%, use code WhatTheFLiberals. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do it because otherwise it's going to be confusing. So, because you don't need to follow the instructions. Watch. Just go like this. If you want to use 10% and save money right now, go to Patriotic as F bundle, choose your t-shirt, choose extra large, whatever your size is, add it to cart. View to cart, use your code during checkout, WTF Liberals. You'll see where during the checkout process it says put in coupon. Do that. If you pick your own shirts, because you have that option too, where you could say, okay, I want the t-shirt bundle, but I want to pick my own shirts. You go to apparel, t-shirts, and you say, oh man, this shirt's sick. Let me add this one. We'll add that, and say you want to order one for your spouse as well. You want to order the Angry Turnip shirt. You add that one. Your spouse is 2X. This is because you can divide the shirts up. Then if you go to your cart now, you'll see the shirts are free because it comes with 2 t-shirts. But if you add the shirts, I'm not sending you random shirts. You get those shirts. The shirts are free, as you can see, but you can't use any other discount code. So you could check out just like that. So the way if you want to use a discount code, save $10, don't choose shirts, don't choose a hoodie because I will just send you random ones. brand new ones that aren't even available in the store. And the shirts and the apparel, so the shirts and the hoodies ship separately from the bundle because I get the bundles out to you super fast. The shirts and the other thing come from the printer. But if you guys want the link to this because you want to buy it because you want to support our channel because you're awesome, you don't suck, and you wanted to support an up-and-coming, awesome, amazing company, please do that. I gotta leave, dude. I gotta go home. If you can't tell, I'm gonna chug this Mountain Dew, put in a dip, and finish what I'm doing here, and then I'm going home. I will not be live tomorrow unless the world is freezing over. However, I will be live a couple of times on Monday. So there are also shirts on the Pure Truth Coffee website. There's so much shit on the Pure Truth Coffee website. Go to puretruthcoffee.com, Terry. You're a trucker, aren't you? Aren't you a trucker? Go to our bundle right here. The only thing we haven't figured out is the sticker bundle, the stickers. We have a trucker t-shirt bundle. Look, you can get all 3 of these t-shirts. They're all special trucker t-shirts. Get all those, and we're donating, I think, $10 off of every bundle that we send. We're donating the St. Christopher Truckers Development and Relief Fund, which goes to help truckers. $10 off of every one of these bundles we're doing. And I'll be honest, I really thought we were going to sell more of these. We haven't sold that many. Or you can go and make a contribution directly through that yellow link down there. But I think we've only sold like 10 of them. But anyway, guys, I'm out of here. I'll see you later.